Hello and welcome to this presentation about the Global Project and Change Management degree program that we offer at the Windesheim Honors College. So a warm welcome wherever you are watching from, either the Netherlands or abroad, your garden or your living room. A warm welcome. In this presentation I will tell you about why we think our program is so nice to follow. Why you would maybe want to follow it, how the program works and what you will learn. Now first, as to why do we have this program, we believe that we educate students to become highly competent professionals who are active across the public and private domains, have a reflective attitudes and want to work on the challenges that lie ahead of us. So that can be ecological challenges, sustainable challenges, challenges about human rights. That is what our students care about and where we see them working when they graduate from this program. So, in short, we educate for sustainability and for the sustainable development goals that you see in the image in the presentation. And these goals also range from improving education, healthcare, to land on life and land underwater. We believe that at the Windesheim Honors College we can offer you quite a unique setting of education. There's three highlights that I want to share with you. That is, one, that we have the very small scale and intensive setting in which you follow your education. Small scale means that in your first year you will have classes of 20 students, only one course a day in which you will work for quite a few hours with one lecturer on a challenge or a topic. Then two of our what we believe to be quite unique qualities that we can offer is the learning community. So both with students from your own year, from other years, with the alumni, with people from the professional field, where you will really be working for organizations and companies. So this is not something you do alone, really working or studying at the Honors College in this Global Project and Change Management is really something you do together. Then finally, another important point is, which is why this whole presentation is in English, obviously, is that we have the international setting. So your class would typically consist of some Dutch people, German people, people from Eastern Europe, Africa, US, UK, basically South America, all over the world. And this makes it's typically somewhat 50% Dutch and 50% the rest of the world. And this is really from day one on a very intercultural setting. This also reflects on our lecturers. So we have also lecturers from many different countries that you will encounter in your classroom. On top of that, you'll also be in year one be living together in this international setting. So you will have housing will be provided in which you will also live with these international students. To come back to this point of the learning community, so it's that learning community is both within the classroom but also outside. We have many extracurricular activities. So people doing things for Amnesty International in Zwolle, a philosophical science cafe, or well, many other things that you would like to look into. So that was about the why of our program. So the sustainability and the three unique qualities. Now we go into the how. How does our program work? Well, to start with an important point, we select 80 students that can follow our program. And the selection, you will learn more about it, is based upon both your qualities, but more importantly, your motivation. So can you explain why you think this is the program for you? Then how else will it work? You will do one topic a day. So as you will see in other programs, you will do on one day maybe accounting and statistics, something like that. At our program, you take one course a day where you can fully focus on project management or organizational behavior or global challenges. So that day is fully devoted to that specific topic. Then you'll be doing a project for an organization with a real client. So it's not a case study. You will actually have a client that expects something from you. So for example, I now have a group of students that's doing a project for a client in Uganda. I had a group that did an assignment in Chile. But in your first year, you'll be doing projects a bit more nearby. So for example, talking about the energy transition in Zwolle area, or working even to make Windesheim itself more sustainable. It's academically challenging, so you will see a focus on research. You see that many students from our program pursue a master's degree after taking this degree program. And besides the academically challenging, and I will tell you more about the courses you will follow in a moment, there's also a lot of focus on personal development. So what is important for you? In which direction do you want to grow? So it's not only about knowledge and not only about delivering results for clients. It's really also about, okay, in which direction do I want to grow? Then, as mentioned previously, there's also the extracurricular teams. So if you want to learn more about technology or nature conservation or whatever it is that you care about, there's also lots of room to explore that in our program. So to dive deeper into what you will learn, you see in the image on this slide that we have 4 main components. The first one obviously being project and change management, which is the name of our program. Then we have the global challenges, so that's climate, that's healthcare, that's inequality between different continents. Then you learn a lot about doing research and make that work for the challenges that lie ahead of us. And then you learn business skills. So in the end, it is a Bachelor of Business Administration that you are studying here. So it's also about learning about accounting or management or other topics that are more directly related to economics, etc. If you look furthermore into how the curriculum is built up, you will see that in year 1 and 2, you learn about the topics that I just mentioned, so the global challenges, the business skills, etc. And this is more about you getting to know these topics and you getting to know yourself. And then in year 3, 4, your orientation is much more outwards. So you and the world, giving to the community, expanding your horizon, and further developing your professional identity. And then in year 3 and 4, we have the elective, so your study abroad in different universities. You have the value creator semester where you decide on a topic that you want to work on. We have managing projects in a globalized world where, for example, you get a project from a client in Chile who wants to learn more about sustainable concrete, and you get to know a lot about that specific topic. Then finally, as has every program, you round up with an internship to prove the bachelor level. Well, as mentioned earlier, the projects in year 1, but also in year 2 are a bit more nearby, so in the surroundings of Zwolle. And they can take many forms, but you see on the slide some examples. So that could be raising the awareness about water shortage. It could be something about energy transition. It can also be more of so for example, we have one group that wants to promote the role of hope in sustainability. And you see work on that in a project team. So besides learning how to set up a project and how to manage it, you also learn a lot about group work. And you do that in different groups, always with mixed nationalities. Then in year 3 and year 4, you will either do many things. But at least you will do managing projects in a globalized world. So that's doing a project abroad. And then you see examples there. For example, setting up ways to prevent youth unemployment through sustainable tourism. or something about education in Hong Kong. Then we also have you have the electives, so you go to university abroad. Windesheim has more than 100 partners abroad where you can go. So it could either be in Europe, but also be in the US, South America, so many different locations. This is a unique opportunity where students either learn more about a topic that they really want to dive into, or they find something that is completely new for them. So we've seen students doing, for example, looking into agriculture, and learning more about agriculture, or learning more about biology, learning more about programming. So many different things that they can learn about. Then also in the last phase of your studies, you will have the value creators. So where you decide on a challenge or a topic that you care about, and then set up a project all by yourself. So not for a client, but really realizing a change. And the final part is doing an internship within an organization, either in the Netherlands or abroad. So that could also take many forms. It could be an advisory report, it could be a research into something, it could be setting up your own business. And we see that students, for example, have in the end their own business, and it could be in fashion, it could be about sustainability, it could go in many directions. So you might wonder, after those 3 or 4 years, what are the students do that have graduated from this program? You see here some of our alumni. Frederick, for example, he is now an associate at a company that works in global development. It's called Rare, and they use insights from behavioral science to motivate people to adopt behaviors that benefit people and nature. So this one started working after joining our program. Another example is Jelena. She pursued a master's degree, as mentioned earlier, many students do after our program, and then started working for the European Union. So policy is also, so to become a policy officer is also a route. And then another graduate is now working for the Rabobank, so more in the business world. And then you will see that people also setting up their own business, doing a master's degree, doing even a PhD trajectory afterwards. So it goes in many directions, but always, many times related to sustainability, and in a direction that the students found out throughout the program where they want to go, many times also with an international aspect. Then, if you are somehow or somewhat convinced that this program could be something for you, there's some more general info that I think you should know, which is that I talked about housing earlier. We have a residential setting, so you live together. This housing is mandatory for all students, so students are expected to live together to really build this learning community. And about admissions, the deadline for applications and to have rounded up your admissions trajectory is June 1. We are obviously somewhat flexible since of the corona crisis. Also for us, deadlines are changing a bit, but we try to know who we will have on board in September before the 1st of June. Obviously, I can't answer any questions, but you can ask questions after this presentation in the chat function. I hope to have given a complete overview of what you can expect from this program. So, very much in short, the why is we educate for sustainability in an international setting. The how is that we have this small-scale intensive education with the learning community and in the international setting. And the what is you learn about project management, research, business skills and the global challenges. And you will do that in real projects in Zwolle or in other parts of the world. and you will learn not only in projects, but you will also learn theory. You will work on your personal development. All in all, and you will also learn from our students, we have a very powerful program that will take you basically wherever you want to go. Thanks for your attention, and good luck in reaching a decision about your future studies. Bye-bye.